Yo, yes, sir. So, Kawhi Leonard has been out the last two games, game 2, game 3. As a matter of fact, the Clippers are now down 3-1 in this series. The series is basically over. And a lot of people, Stephen A. called them out a couple days ago, and I know Kwame and a few people was upset. This was the one why I couldn't even really, so he called him out and was like, yo, he's the worst superstar of all time. This guy hasn't been available for this team. This whole season, if you wanted to sum it up, was load management was what this season would be defined as for the whole league just in general. This is the first year in NBA history they didn't have a team win 60 games in this 82 format schedule. So like everybody's load managing their stars, and Kawhi Leonard missed like half the season, and the whole reason why they let him get away with this is because they were sold that he was going to be ready for the playoffs, period. This year, not last year, year before, this year, he's going to be ready. And I'm like, well, when you're 31 and you miss half the year, he needs those regular season reps at this point. And now you got a sprained knee after the first game. He had 38 in the first game. After game 2, he was hurt. I'm like, how? And as a fan of just sports in general, and I'm not a Clipper fan, but when you see a superstar is missing a playoff game, one of the most valuable time of the year, and then missing the game, and you don't see the word torn by a body part, people automatically start getting suspicious. If it's a torn meniscus, torn MCL, torn ACL, this and that, but if you're seeing, even if it's a fractured body part, but if it's a sprain, people gonna roll their eyes like, come on, dude, a sprained knee, get them to wrap it up, get a shot of Toradol in there and keep going. That's what people think. And these athletes now are just different. I mean, they got a hockey player, Bergeron. His dad's been sick. He's been missing the last couple of playoff games. Years ago, guys you played through whatever. Brett Favre's daddy died. He still played on Monday Night Football. People thought it was amazing. Like, I think this generation of athletes is like, no, if my wife is in labor, I'm going to miss the game to go see the baby. They used to penalize players for that in the NFL years ago. Like, this is a different world. So when you hear this story that his sister just got sentenced to life for murdering an elderly woman, now it all kind of makes sense. Like, maybe this is the real reason he's been out and not this sprained knee, because his injury just seems kind of phony. And now the Clippers got to find a way to cover all this up. They got to find a way to keep they nose clean, because it look how it lines up. Now his sister Kamisha Williams, and look, he got there in 2019. All right, him and Paul George. And Paul George has been out the whole playoffs. So, like I said, game 1, they stole the game. They stole game 1. It looked like the promising good series, and it's been a letdown because of his absence along with Paul George. When they brought these two in 2019, they had a whole sales pitch like the Lakers are the Hollywood part of L.A. We're the real L.A. We're the true heart and soul of the city. Black and white colors. Paul George is Kawhi Leonard's from L.A. But this has been a disaster. This has not turned out anything. Not one conference finals appearance. Nothing. This is not how they were supposed to turn it out. And like I say, his sister, Kamisha Williams, was sentenced to life on Friday, along with 2 others. So it seems like her and 2 other women were involved. Candace Townsdale and another woman named Williams, for this murder of this elderly white woman in 2019. 84-year-old Assad in California. And they said Williams went to the bathroom while Townsend played lookout, and the latter even blocked the custodian from entering the bathroom. So I guess this was an ambush, like a robbery. And these 3 women, like I said, they said the lady had a purse containing $1,000 for gambling. She was found with her skull fractured and her head bleeding. The purse was missing when the body was found. And the lady died she died 4 days later. And there was no witnesses to the incident, but a woman in another stall in the bathroom heard Williams plead. Oh, so this was in a casino. So they killed this old lady in the casino. That's what they're telling. And that lady's body was in that bathroom for 4 days. Wow. Somebody says, I still can't believe my mother was the victim of a violent crime. Part of me died in that hospital room with her. It's a deep story. I mean, you can find this anywhere. And they break this all down, but wow. You know what I mean? I'm not a part of that case. But yeah, you can look this story up anywhere. Kawhi Leonard's sister. Like I say, it just lines up like this is the real reason he's been out and not this goofy injury. Because then, like, the NBA just fined my team for throwing games to get draft capital. The Clippers going to get fined for covering up a family personal issue with a fake injury. There's nothing wrong. I mean, look, you can't help what happened with his sister. And, you know, he's not responsible for what his siblings do. That's a crazy, embarrassing story to be connected to, period. But the faking an injury part, like, come on, we all knew that injury was horseshit. A knee sprain keeps out a star player when he's already missing his second star player. Westbrook showing up. He put up 37 tonight. Didn't matter. And the Suns aren't even playing that well. That's the crazy part. They could have stole this series possibly on a basketball, you know, just thinking of it in basketball terms. And now it's all over. 3-1, and this is the guy that they brought to LA to take on LeBron. This was the Clippers' answers for the Lakers getting LeBron. Like, we got the best backcourt in the league, and they really gassed this whole thing up, and it hasn't gone anything like they thought it would at all. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Respectfully, I'm out.